Have you ever seen a car so ugly? Have you wondered if the designer lost a bet? Now imagine that same eyesore, costing more than your house. Yeah, today we're diving into the twisted world of ugly, expensive cars, vehicles that dared to be different and somehow failed spectacularly. Across the history of car design, we've seen jaw-dropping beauties like the Ferrari F40 or the Aston Martin DB5. But then there are the others, the misfits, the experiments, the cars that made people do a double take, not in admiration but confusion. And what's even more baffling, some of these awkward monstrosities came with luxury price tags, defying every rule of logic and taste. In this video, we're counting down the top 8 ugliest cars that were also ridiculously expensive, from infamous design disasters to misunderstood legends that cost a fortune to drive, and even more in social embarrassment. We're talking about weirdly wide Italian vans, luxury sedans that look like they were designed with Lego blocks, and even a futuristic BMW that somehow cost 6 figures while looking like a toaster on wheels. Stick around, because at number 1, you won't believe just how much one automaker charged for a car that looked like it was melting. Let's kick things off with a car that became iconic, for all the wrong reasons. Number 8, SsangYong Rodius. Let's be real, if ugly had a mascot, it would be the Pontiac Aztek. Launched in 2001, this crossover SUV was supposed to revolutionize the segment. Instead, it became a punchline. The Aztek's front grille looked like it was frowning in disappointment. The back end was boxy, unbalanced, and just confusing. It looked like 3 different cars were Frankenstein together. But here's the kicker, it wasn't cheap. A fully loaded Aztek cost over $30,000 back then, which is roughly $50,000 today adjusted for inflation. It had some genuinely cool features, like a camping package with an attachable tent, but the design was so off-putting that it tanked sales and almost destroyed Pontiac's reputation. Ironically, the Aztek found redemption years later thanks to Breaking Bad, where it became Walter White's signature vehicle, a symbol of quiet desperation. But let's be honest, no matter how cool Heisenberg was, that car was still hideous. Number 7, BMW E3. When BMW launched the i3 in 2013, they were aiming for futuristic innovation. And while they nailed the tech, carbon fiber body, electric drivetrain, minimal environmental impact, the design raised more than a few eyebrows. The i3 looked like a squashed robot or a plastic concept car that somehow escaped the design lab too early. With asymmetrical windows and awkward proportions, it had a stubby body that made it look like it belonged in a Pixar movie, not on a luxury lot. But BMW wasn't playing around with the price. Fully loaded models reached over $55,000, which is insane considering its tiny size and polarizing look. Some loved the boldness, others, not so much. It was like Marmite on wheels. Either you were obsessed or you just didn't get it. Okay, we've seen an American misfire and a German spaceship on wheels, but wait till you see what Italy came up with. Let's just say, function isn't always fashionable. Number 6, and Fiat Multipla. The Fiat Multipla is a masterclass in so bad, it's brilliant. Released in the late 90s, it had one of the most unorthodox designs ever seen in a family car. A double-decker windshield, bug-eyed headlights, and a bulbous body made it look like a frog that had been stung by bees. But here's the twist, it was incredibly practical. With a wide cabin and 3 front seats, it was a hit with big families, especially in Europe. In fact, Top Gear once praised it for functionality, while also calling it one of the ugliest cars ever built. Price-wise, it wasn't super luxury, but high-spec models still hit well over $30,000. A lot for what was essentially a funky minivan. Over time, the Multipla became a cult classic, with fans celebrating its unapologetic weirdness. Ugly, sure, but it owned it.
Get the attention you deserve with a custom neon sign. We offer handmade neon signs. Our process is simple. Visit our website, glonio.com, and click Custom Neon Builder for an on-demand experience. Start typing your custom text, choose a font, color, and size. We will handle the rest by handcrafting your LED neon. We also produce high-quality neons to match your business logo by completing the form on our Business Neons page.
Number 5, Pontiac Aztek. Next up, imagine a car that looks like a van, a boat, and a hearse had an awkward love child. That's the SsangYong Rodius. Launched in the mid-2000s, the Rodius was designed to be a luxury MPV, a people mover with presence. But the result was horrifying. Its mismatched body lines, oversized rear end, and strange boat-like silhouette made it a running joke in Europe and Asia. Despite its looks, it wasn't cheap. Depending on the market, high-end versions cost up to $45,000, aiming at business-class buyers. And yet, it seemed like nobody wanted to be seen in it. It was big, practical, and spacious, but visually, a disaster. It looked like it was always about to capsize. Number 4, Mitsuoka Orochi. Aston Martin is known for building some of the most beautiful cars in the world, but even legends slip up. Enter the Lagonda Taraf, a limited-run luxury sedan released in 2015 that cost over $1 million. Yes, you heard that right. A $1 million sedan that looked like a brick with chrome trim. The Taraf was built for Middle Eastern and Chinese markets with only about 120 units made. It was packed with luxury, hand-stitched leather, V12 engine, the works. But the design was boxy, awkwardly long, and felt out of sync with modern styling. It looked like a 90s concept car trapped in a 2010s world. It was exclusive, it was powerful, it was opulent, but was it beautiful? Not even close. Number 3, Lagonda Taraf. The Lagonda Taraf is proof that even a $1 million price tag can't buy taste. Built by Aston Martin, this ultra-luxury sedan was supposed to be a revival of the historic Lagonda name. A bespoke V12-powered limousine tailored for Middle Eastern royalty and ultra-wealthy clients. It was crafted almost entirely by hand, featured a 6.0-liter engine, and boasted one of the most refined interiors money could buy. But on the outside, it looked like a luxury fax machine. Flat panels, stiff lines, and a profile that felt more boardroom than ballroom. Some compared it to a stretched Ford Fusion in a tuxedo. Others just stared, confused, trying to figure out if it was a concept car or a prank. And the price? Around $1 million, depending on spec and location. Only 120 were made, and you had to be specially invited to buy one. But despite all that exclusivity, it couldn't escape one brutal truth. It just didn't look like $1 million. It looked like a rejected render from 2003. Number 2, Tesla Cybertruck. Now, some of you might fight me on this one, but let's talk about the Cybertruck. When Tesla revealed it in 2019, jaws hit the floor, not in awe, but in confusion. The angular, low-poly exterior looked like it came straight out of a PlayStation 1 game. People wondered, was this a joke? Turns out it wasn't. The Cybertruck, depending on configuration, ranges between $60,000 and $100,000, making it one of the priciest electric trucks ever. But its design, it's the most polarizing vehicle of the decade. Some call it revolutionary, others say it looks like a garage door with wheels. Love it or hate it, you will notice it, which may have been the point all along. And finally, number 1, we have possibly the ugliest, most absurdly priced vehicle ever sold, the Dartz Prombron Monaco Edition. This thing looks like a military-grade Lego set. It's a bulletproof SUV from Latvia, built by a company known for armored vehicles and eccentric billionaire energy. The styling, angular, overdone, and monstrous. It looks like a villain car from a dystopian video game. But the price tag? Over $1 million. Yes, you heard that right. It had gold-plated details, a whale penis leather interior. Yes, seriously, that was a controversy. And was marketed to the ultra-rich who didn't care if it looked like a rolling fortress from a failed sci-fi script. The Prombron wasn't just ugly, it was aggressively ugly, a flex, a statement, and somehow, people bought it. So which one of these ugly beasts would you actually drive if someone gave it to you? Drop your pick in the comments. We want to see how many of you are brave enough to rock a Multipla or show up to prom in a Cybertruck. And hey, and if you enjoyed this ride through automotive awkwardness, hit that like button, subscribe for more wild car stories, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. From beautiful classics to engineering flops, we cover it all. Thanks for watching, and remember, beauty may be in the eye of the beholder, but ugly with a price tag? That's a whole other level.